I feel so edgy. Hey guys, it's Katya. Before I start this video, right away, before anyone can comment, I don't promote underage drinking. If anything, this should make you not want to drink ever. But am I gonna sit here and lie and say that alcohol hasn't given me some funny stories? No. In all honesty though, I loved not drinking in high school. I think I had my first ever drink when I was 18, when I was in senior year. And that just made me have so much fun in high school, knowing that it wasn't because of any substance. Like, I just had fun because I was happy and I was young and I was a kid. I know when you're 16, 17, you think that you're so old and mature, but now that I'm 20, my 17-year-old self seems like a child. I'm so happy that I conserved my childhood. I literally conserved it until I was 18. But now that I'm done preaching at you, let's get into these stories. I feel like this first story is a good preface for all of these stories. In my freshman year of college, my second semester, I had a really bad breakup. It kind of actually happened over the holidays. So I was going back into the spring semester like freshly broken up, maybe a week had passed or something. And I told myself, I'm going to go crazy. Don't deal with your problems this way. I'm just telling you that's what I did. So I went on a bender and I went out every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I drank myself to death. Again, not smart, just depression. But one of these days, I really pushed the limit. I still don't know to this day how I did not die. Because as I said, my first drinking experience was when I was 18. And I was now freshly 19. I hadn't, my tolerance was non-existent. I would get drunk off of 2 shots. And like 4 shots, I would black out and not remember anything. Like, not pass out, but I would black. I had no memory. I guess during these couple months, my tolerance was slowly building because I was going out every weekend for like 3 days and drinking more and more each time. But like, still, this is crazy. So one day, my roommate and I were drinking before we were gonna go to this party. And usually I take like 2 or 3 shots and then like you drink when you get there. But today, I was so impatient. I wanted to be drunk. Like, usually it takes a little while to kick in, but I didn't care. I took 2 shots and I didn't feel anything, and I was like, I'm gonna take more. So I took 2 more, which we're at 4 now, which I usually black out at, and I didn't feel anything, of course, because it's been what, 5 minutes? So I kept drinking and drinking and drinking against the advisement of all my friends, and I ended up at 16 shots. I can't believe I'm saying this. 16. Now I know everyone's like, oh, 16, like I always do 16. I had done maybe max 6 at this point. Max. No, I wasn't throwing up, but I wasn't remembering anything. So I do 16 shots, and then it doesn't stop there. We had a 2-liter Sprite bottle, which is the family-sized Sprite bottle. It was half full. We decide to fill the other half with vodka. So we have a liter of vodka in this Sprite bottle. So now it's like 5 minutes after I took my 16th shot. I'm a little tipsy. I'm not drunk yet because I took all these shots in like 10 minutes. We bring this huge Sprite bottle into our Uber and we're sitting down. And like, I remember the car ride and then nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't remember walking into the party. I don't remember where it was, whose frat was it, if my, like, which friends went with me. But when I woke up the next morning, the Sprite bottle was completely empty, and my roommate said that her and I finished it by ourselves. So let me recap really quick, and that's not the end of the story, but let me recap. I took 16 shots, and then I drank half of a liter of vodka. How did I not die? That is the first time I ever threw up from alcohol. Like, rightfully so. Kids, if you don't know, there's this thing called alcohol poisoning. I have seen it firsthand. It's literally you drink so much that you're freaking unconscious. You're like a dead fish on the floor. You can't move, you can't speak. I don't know how I didn't die. So anyway, the next morning I see the Sprite bottle. I'm like, what happened? Because my roommate has a very high tolerance. So she's filling me in. And she was like, you don't remember the guy that was hitting on you all night? I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, this guy was hitting on you all night. You kept rejecting him, like you kept laughing it off, like ignoring him, but he wouldn't give in. And then he told us that he lived in our building, so we shared an Uber with him. And I was like, what? And she's like, you don't remember like dancing to the music in the Uber? I was like, what are you talking about? And then she shows me a Snapchat she took on his phone. And they're in the front seat and me and this random guy are in the back seat and his arm is around me and we're all singing and dancing to the song. And I was like, I for real don't remember that. And then she's like, and then we went to his room, and I was like, no, I'm so sorry, stop. What? She goes, we went to his room. You were just sitting on the bed in your own world and he was still flirting with you. And then I left to like go throw up in the bathroom. And then like suddenly some memories hit me and I was like, oh my God, I remember being in his room. And then memories started flooding in. I remember being in his room and then she left to go throw up, which, okay, fine. I don't blame you, but like, and I remember the guy was like, I'm gonna order an extra large pizza to get here and like we can hang out. And then I remember feeling like, what the fuck? And so I was like, oh, I should go check on her. He was like, oh, come with. I was like, no, she's in the bathroom, like you can't come in there, I'll just go and come back. And then I went and I offered her water because I heard her throwing up. I saw her little knees in the stall. She was like, no. So then I went back to my room and I just passed out. I don't know how I got up that ladder, but the next morning I got up and I just ran to the community bathroom and I threw up. It is so scary that I don't remember most of that. Like, that's why, first of all, always have a friend. Always go with people. And I'm not saying a group, because a group sometimes are more inclined to just leave you because they have each other. Go with one person that you know you will not leave without them and they will not leave without you. Just always have a friend that's aware, or like, I don't know, don't take 16 shots and then drink a liter of vodka. Like, that can be another option. The next little story is so bad. It makes me look so bad. So at the end of the year at colleges, well, most colleges, they'll have this like end of the year concert, spring concert, something like that. They'll hire a celebrity singer or a famous singer to come perform. And this year they hired 2 Chainz. At the same time, it was the end of the year. I wasn't even thinking of anything. I was in an acting class, and as assignments we had to go to these student plays, like plays on the campus, and like write a whole paper about them. And of course I realized that this play, that's like my last assignment for this class, is on the same day as this concert an hour later. And my roommate's like, oh my God, that sucks, this is our last thing. And I was like, no, don't worry, I'm gonna do both. She was like, you're gonna just leave the concert halfway through? I was like, I am gonna do both. So before the concert, we all go to my friend's room to drink, and I'm like, I can't drink a lot because I have to like watch the play and like retain information to write an essay. It's not like I'm just going to watch a play, I have to write about it. I have to remember it. So I take like 2 shots and I'm like, that's it, I'm done, like that's fine. But by this point, it's the end of the year after my freaking binge because of my breakup. So my tolerance is high. Like, now I need 6 shots to get drunk, which is not even high, but it's high for me. All my other friends are drunk. They're like laughing, having fun, and I'm like, this freaking sucks. Like, should I just drink more? I take a couple more shots. I am at 4. I'm like, okay, this is good because it's like an hour, so I'll have an hour to calm down, and then I take some more. I think I ended up with like 6 or 7. I was drunk. I was wobbly. I was not okay. I was not blacked, but I was drunk. So I wobble my way to the concert. I'm like having fun. I'm listening to the music for an hour. And then I'm like, oh my God, it just occurred to me, an hour has passed. I'm still drunk. I need to walk across campus and I need to watch this play and write an essay about it. I'm like wobbling through the streets of Northeastern. I'm so bad with directions already, and now I'm drunk. I'm like going in circles. I don't know where I am. Somehow I find my way to the theater, and like the ticket guy is like, oh, your seats are this way. I'm like, thanks. I'm like wobbling to my seat. I'm sitting down and I'm just swaying. I'm like, how is this gonna work? I'm not gonna remember anything. I have my like notepad. I'm like doodling. So the play starts. I'm like taking notes. I'm like, she has such a cute dress. Oh, I really like her acting. I'm not like paying attention. At this point, I don't even know what my essay is gonna be about. I think it's supposed to be like what you learned from the actors. I'm like, the sets are so pretty. But I'm like, okay, listen. It's like an hour, right? Like a play, I don't know. Halfway through, it's gonna be an hour. I cannot still be drunk after 2 hours. That's just not how that works. So I like sit through the whole first half. I'm like swaying, and then intermission happens halfway through, and I realize I'm still drunk. I don't know what happened. I don't know what this play's about. It's halfway done and I don't know what happened. So I'm like, do I just leave? Like, what am I doing here? The concert's over by now. I can't focus on anything. Like, I might as well just leave. So I left and I went back to my room and I ordered McDonald's, and then I passed out. Then the next day I woke up, I looked up the script of the play and I kind of just made it up. I got a B, rightly so. Probably should have done worse for not seeing the play. The last story I have is the most recent. I was not that drunk because it happened my sophomore year of college, where I was put back together. I wasn't sad anymore. But this is the time I wish I was so drunk, because I was not drunk enough to deal with this situation. So we're at this party, and I think it's another school's party, and I'm dancing like in a little circle with all my friends, you know how the girls do. And across the room, I see 2 guys, and one is really cute. I'm making eyes. I don't like flirt. Okay, I like hate men. I don't flirt, but this guy walks in and I'm like, I'm giving him my best eyes. And next to him is his friend who has like ginger hair. He's not cute, not because he's a ginger, don't come for me. It's just, that's how I'm gonna describe him, okay? He's the ginger one. The cute one is making eyes back at me, and I'm like, oh yeah, like thank God I never get the cute one in the group. So I keep dancing with my friends, and then like I see them kind of make their way towards us, and I was like, oh my God, like flirting works. Should I do this more often? And then all of a sudden, they're right about to reach our circle, and the ginger man puts his hand on the cute man's chest, holding him back, whispers something in his ear while looking at me, and then beelines towards me. And I was like, this ginger did not just claim me. I am looking at your friend. Did you not see my eye line like directly line up with your cute friend? Like, I don't want you. Literally, the ginger starts walking towards me. I'm like, that did not just happen. And the cute man looks at me and he goes like that, and then he walks away. Like, what are you gonna do? He's my bro. Are you kidding kidding? Do I not get a say? So the ginger man walks next to me and he's like, hi ladies, like he's chatting, and then he focuses on me. He's like, oh, where are you from? Oh, is that a tattoo? That's such a nice tattoo, like you're so pretty. He's putting his hand on my back. I'm making it so clear that I'm not interested. I'm like looking for his friend. Where did he go? While this man's like rubbing my back, I keep moving away from him. I'm like, yeah, I'm from California. Yeah, I have a tattoo. Yeah, okay. And then if you don't know, girls have a signal. They have a signal with their friends, and it's a mental signal, and it's like, I don't like this guy, help. So I give my roommate the signal. I'm like, so she goes, okay. And then they slowly close the circle. So he's not in the circle, so he leaves. But this man didn't leave. He like dances outside the circle for like 10 minutes, trying to talk to me, trying to push his way back in. He gets back in the circle. I give the look to my friend like, we move the circle, we are like closing it, we switch places, like, oh my god, there's so many moves that you learn, girls. Like you take her hand and then you do a little spin and then you're in different places. Like you'd get the hint. But no, the ginger man goes and walks across the circle to me, keeps talking to me. I'm like, bro. After like 20 minutes, he finally gets the hint, because I haven't answered his question in like 20 minutes. And I know everyone's gonna be like, you're rude, like whatever. Listen, this is the thing about getting hit on. Yes, it's flattering, thank you. I really appreciate it. But if I say no, if I tell you I'm not interested, like leave. I don't understand why you, just cause you hit on me, I'm entitled to like, no, I'm allowed to not be interested. On my last video where I say what guys are really like in college, all the comments were like, boo-hoo, you get hit on. That's not the point. The point is I say no from the first interaction. Like the first time they make a move, I say no, and then they stay there for 20 more minutes. That was the point of that video. Anyway, he finally leaves. I can't find his friend anywhere. He probably left. And then a little while later, my roommate wants to go to the bathroom. So I was like, okay, we all go in a little herd, and there's no line, but the door is locked. So we're like, okay, someone's in there. It's fine. Let's just wait. And I don't really notice when I'm drunk, like time just passes. So I'm like talking to my other friend. 10 minutes later, my roommate's like, it's been like 10 minutes. What is happening? And so she knocks on the door again, and then she gets close to the door. She goes, no way. And I was like, what? She goes, I think people are doing the nasty in there. And I was like, what? No, I think there's just girls in there. Like they always take a long time. She's like, I hear noises. So she keeps knocking on the door because she actually has to go to the bathroom. And then 5 minutes later, the door swings open and this girl walks out, followed by the ginger man. And when he walks past me, he gives me a look like could have been you. I'm like, oh no, dude, I missed my chance to like go in a disgusting frat bathroom with a stranger. Shoot, I hate my life. Like, how'd you know that's what I wanted? Please take me to that nasty ass bathroom. It's my dream. Anyways, moral of the story, kids, don't drink 16 shots and then a liter of vodka. That's literally the only moral of this story. I know I'm not like the craziest party girl, but you don't need to be to have fun. So leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.